Welcome back. I'm going to show you those four niches that we've been talking about. Okay, so as we've been here and YouTube, so first of all you're gonna go google.com. Here you type google.com, and after you reach google.com, now you're gonna go to those little 4 dots here, and you're gonna click on YouTube. Okay, so now when it's come to YouTube, you can type anything. So let's say the first niche, we're gonna create books, right? Let's say I want to create a book, or I want to publish a book. But most likely some people like to read books, some people like to write a book about their own skill, their own knowledge. Let's say you are a motivational speaker, you are a carpenter, or you are a teacher. You want to write a book about how teachers has to become part themselves. Anything, you can write a book about it. Okay, any professional can write a book, but you need to know how to write a book. So now, as you been focused with me to write a book or to read a book, you can choose one of these niche. Let's say this lady here, she's talking about ebooks, right? So she's trying to tell people how they can get into and then how to write a books, right? So after you finish, you know how to write a books, and then you can listen to these videos. You can choose any of them. Okay, you can choose any of them and then write a book. But if you don't have any ideas how to write a book, as she is here
and the
speaking,
offer for your audience right now is an ebook. You can literally do this in one day. So in today's video, I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to create an ebook, and then in tomorrow's video, I'm going to show you how you can offer this for sale. So of course, for this, we are going to use my favorite.
Okay, as you've been listening to it, so that's been great as you've been listening. So what you will do now, I'm going to bring you ideas the way you can position yourself to write a book. As I told you, you can write a book as a teacher, you can write a book as a professional, which is a speaker. You can write a book about yourself, actually, basically about yourself. Tell the audience, whoever that's going to read that book, about you, or about life. You can write a book about life. Okay? Let's say if I'm a culinary, I'm a culinarian guy, I want to write a book about cooking. I can write a book about cooking, right? So you can write a book about anything you want. So how you find ideas to write a book? So now let's go to ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT, you're gonna type ChatGPT at google.com. Let me go back with you. ChatGPT. Okay, you're gonna come here to Google and you're going to type chatgpt.io or .ai. Is going to open this window for you, and you're gonna click on one of this. You can read over here, but remember, always create your account, username and password, and then you log in. I already have my account, so I am in. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. You know, ChatGPT is artificial intelligence, AI, and this 3.5 here basically can help you to get some strategy. But here, as you read here, it's a write spreading sheet formula, make a content strategy, show me a code snippets, come up with concept. So I will write on this one. It's a make content strategy newsletter featuring local weekends events. So that's it. But me, as you see, 3.5 is basic. If you wanna read more or get more details about what you've been in, so you have to upgrade 4G plus, which is daily. Okay, daily browser more upgrade. Okay, $20 on daily. if you wanna get to further details about this kind of ChatGPT thing. So now I'm gonna, as I don't know how to write a book, I'm gonna ask this to write a book for me. Let's say I'm gonna tell it to write me 5 ways, 5 primary way, 5 primary steps to write a book. Okay, to write a book. But generally to write a book, but if you wanna put the subtitle to the book, you can say to write a book about professionals, to write a book about cooking, to write a book about cooking, about carpenter, about a teacher, to write a book about any professional title that you want to write that book about. That means most likely you can write a book about yourself basically. And I'm gonna put a question mark here and next, search. Write me 5 primary steps to write a book. So it's gonna write me 5 primary steps to write a book. Yes? So I'm gonna read those to you just quickly as possible. So now, the first step, it says over here, define your purpose and audience. And next, it says create structured outline. For example, to define your purpose and audience, you have purpose of your ID and audience. What the audience waiting for? For the next, and then brainstorm ideas, organized, establish writing. Number 3, establish a writing routine. Set realistic goals, create writing space. Okay. Number 4, write the first draft. Silence inner critics. Stay consistent. Okay, those are examples of writing the first draft. Seek back later. So almost come back to the ideas that you've been writing on. So number 5, revise and edit. Take a break. Structures edits. Line edits. Okay, these are ways that you can write a book, basically 5 ways. So there is multi ways, but I'm just asking ChatGPT to write me 5 basic steps to write a book and journal a book. But if you wanna categorize the books, you can bring which title that the book gonna be about. So if you bring a title, it's gonna be totally different. Let's say I wanna write a book about motivational, right? 5 steps to write a book about motivational. So it's gonna give you those details the way that you ask ChatGPT. So now let's continue. The next way you wanna bring your niche. So as we've been talking about niches, the first one about book, the next one will be about cooking, culinary. Let's say some people like to cook, right? So if you like to cook, you're gonna type culinary about cooking, right? So now you can see multi people been cooking on those pictures, right? Multi people, and these different people, they are doing different things and different levels. Cooking are very, very fiction. People do many things in different ways. Okay, I will say that. So you can understand some facts about them, but most likely they are fiction. Alright, that doesn't mean they are not the right one, but people doing the cooking in different levels, different ways, and all of them are right. So now let's bring something up. As you can see here, different plates, okay, different flavor thing all over this thing here. So you can choose only one of these to let me click on this one, and as you can see there is some advertisement going on this video, which is good. And you can watch on this people, he's cutting some funnels and he grating some lemon, he's cooking some meat. Okay, people are preparing the ingredients in different ways. You see some students are just watching the way he's cutting something, onion, different things that have been prepared. So this is not the purpose right here now. So you just need a way that you want to cut. You want to, some people have knife skills, some people have pan skill, which is the way they flipping or sauteing food, braising, different ways of cooking, cutting skill, knife skill, I would say knife skill. So now, as you know, you can choose your niche to be a cook. And then, yeah, from there you can start cooking and make money online. So now, let's go to ChatGPT to bring you ideas, how you can bring ideas of cooking. Maybe you don't go to school, but you want to know how cooking things, right? Let's go ask ChatGPT how to cook things. I'm going to continue with my 5 steps. I will say, ask ChatGPT, can you write me, or can you tell me, or actually can you tell me 5 ways of cooking vegetables? 5 ways of cooking vegetables. Right? 5 ways of cooking vegetables. And then search is gonna tell you, right? Can you tell 5 people? Okay, so it's gonna tell you. So as he's mentioning 5 ways of cooking vegetables, now you get ideas how to cook, right? So now let's read. First way of cooking vegetables, roasting. You can roast your vegetables, and you have some details about roasting. Toast vegetables in olive oil, herbs, commonly roasted vegetables. Benefits: roasting enhance natural sweetness. Vegetable create delicious, slightly creepy, etc. So details, you can read those details. Number 1, roasting vegetables. Number 2, steaming vegetables. Number 3, sauteing vegetables. Number 4, grilling vegetables. Number 5, boiling vegetables. Okay, and you can fry them too if you like. That's another step, which is 6 steps. Sauteing, steaming, boiling, they are all different ways. Okay, so now basically you get those 5 ways, right? So now if you didn't know any ideas about cooking, now you know how you can be a cook. So the next niche, which is the 3rd niche that you will be sure, okay, ways that you can cook. As we've been talking about money so much, let's talk about money, right? So we've been talking about money anytime, a lot, right? So in my previous video, you know about how to talk about money already. So let's bring something else. So now, let me bring you to a different niche. Let's say I am a pilot. Pilots, right? So pilots, you can be a pilot in anything. I'm a pilot. I'm not a pilot. And most likely that gonna require you to go to school, but it is something that you wanna think about. That will be you if you wanna be a pilot. As you can see, these people, they are pilots. They are controlling how to go out and take the plane off the ground. So you're gonna go to school and if you are a pilot, welcome to be just like that. And then you can be one of these guys, as you can see here, going to be lift this plane to the ground. So if you don't know how to be a pilot, first of all, you don't have to ask questions, just go to school. Basically, you need to go to school next. But if you don't know anything at all, if you wanna have some brief ideas, I'm gonna say 5 ways to become a pilot, right? Can you, I would say, write me 5 ways, 5 steps, or 5 ways, 5 step, okay, 10 step for airplanes. 10 step to become 10 step to become a pilot. Become a pilot. And then let's search. It's gonna tell us, huh? ChatGPT help you getting ideas, okay? Becoming a pilot rewarding, but rigorous process require private commercial airlines. 10 step. I'm gonna read those steps to you, and you can always get your details off. Number 1, research self-assessments. Number 2, educational requirement, like I told you. Number 3, choose a flight school. You see, you have to go to school. Number 4, obtain student pilot certificates. Number 5, private pilot's license. You see. Number 6, build experiences. Number 7, obtain airline transport pilot's license, ATP. Number 8, earn bachelor degree, optional if you like. Number 9, gain experience in commercial aviations. Number 10, apply to airlines. So after you know all these things, you apply to be a pilot. So at least basically you know how to be a pilot, right? So let's continue. Now you can look for the next ways to become anything you could ever think of, okay? As you can see, this pilot, they are preparing to go to the space. They've been communicating with the cockpits to know when they have to lift off.
Generator on. Probe heat on. Best occupant. MPI off. Installation valve auto.
Yeah, now. Alright, so let's continue, guys. As we've been in this, as you know, so now I'm going to take you to the next one, which is the 4th step, okay? How to choose a niche. Like, let's say I am a driver, right? I am a driver. I could say driver, driven, and then I'm going to search for driver. Okay. So people been training people to be a driver, and that's not possible. This is not impossible to be a driver and have your niche if you are driving over the roads, and you can be a driver. I mean, yeah, which is not bad. That's your niche. That will be one of them if you like. Most likely I will say transportation. Let's say transportation for the most clearer. Transportation. Enter. So when you say transportation, it's bringing you more information. And then some people are talking about transportations and how they are a driver. Like I told before, you can write a book about transportation, right? You can write a book about transportation. Anything that can help you to bring your ideas to life. Transport song, transport for kids, signing, yes. Okay, so now, niche about transportation, if you've been a driver. And if I don't know how to do that, I can come here and say, ChatGPT, tell me 5 ways, tell me 5 basic way I can be to be a transportation, to be a driver. Right? Tell me 5 ways to be a driver, or tell me, right? Write me, can you tell me 5 ways to be a driver, to be a commercial driver. Actually, let's say not a driver but a commercial driver. 5 ways. Can you tell me 5 ways to be a commercial driver? And then it's gonna search for it. Search. So it's gonna tell you 5 ways, 5 basic ways to be a commercial driver. So now after you know these, why not? Your niche could be a driver niche where you can show your cars, the way you drive your car and everything, right? So let me read the first one. Meet eligibility requirements, and you have some sub details: age requirements, health requirements, driving records. These are basic details after meet eligibility requirements. Obtained commercial driver license, which is CDL license. That's a commercial. That down here you can always come down there and write study CDL, CDL license permits, CDL training, all these. Number 3, complete CDL training and gay experience. Number 4, pass CDL skill test. Number 5, additional considerations with some basic detail: continuing education, safety and compliance. So these are basic details under additional considerations. So secure employment, if you find job search, submit applications as sub details. Pass CDL skill test as sub details, skill test, endorsements. Okay, so these are things that you can bring to life and get your full niche and get your business to the next level. So guys, thank you for watching. That's all that I bring for you today. I know that you've been with me. Do not forget, watch down the descriptions, and then yeah, so see you anytime. Bye bye. Have a good night or good day. Bye.